everybody, we're going to go and talk about some horror facts that I dug up. An early design for the creature of the Black Lagoon was based on the Oscar statuette. I thought that was kind of interesting. The creature from the Black Lagoon is like my favorite of the classic monsters. So I thought that was interesting to hear. But I was also said it was early design. It didn't say that it was part of the lasting design or not. I know the lasting design, I know they had to like design it around scuba gear or something if I remember correctly, but I didn't get that out of the book. I'm just trying to go off memory, so that might not be 100% correct. But the early design from the creature was actually based on the Oscar statuette. The design of the titular ship in the 1997 movie Event Horizon was modeled after the Notre Dame Cathedral in Paris. I thought that was kind of interesting. It's been forever since I've seen Event Horizon, so I don't actually remember what that ship looks like. But yeah, knowing it was designed after the Notre Dame Cathedral in Paris is kind of cool. Jack Nicholson used real-life mass murderer Charles Manson, take it as you will. This is how I wrote it down in the book. I know a lot of people try to defend and say Charlie didn't actually do anything, but leave it as he was. I think he did honestly take part in some of it, not all of it, but that's just my opinion. As a part of his inspiration for his portrayal of Jack Torrance in The Shining in 1980. I probably didn't even have to say the year on that because everybody knows Jack Nicholson played the first Shining. Director William Listig, I probably said that wrong, brought serial killer Frank Zotto to life in 1980 classic Manic from real-life mass murderers Ted Bundy and David Berkowitz, aka Son of Sam. We just watched the Manic not too long ago on the last drive-in, the original one from 1980. Yeah, I do prefer the remake better with Elijah Wood in it, but still, you gotta still see the classic of it and watch it on Joe Bob especially and see Darcy's cosplay. And if you see Darcy's cosplay, she had actually tweeted, I wish she had said it in the thing where you could see it, but she had actually tweeted that she put a dildo in her pants to kind of represent the bulge in his pants for what it is on the cover, but you couldn't see it, so she was sad that you couldn't see the dildo in her pants for her cosplay. But her cosplays this year have been off the chart. Anyways, up to an hour before Clive Barker's baptism, his name was to be Nigel, but his grandmother hated it and left the building and returned with another name she had heard outside, which was Clive. So thank you, Grandma. I think we all appreciate that one. Rock group Aerosmith. Oh, that's a dog. I just saw the curtain moving and it's not open. Rock group Aerosmith got the title of its early hit Walk This Way from a gag in 1974 horror comedy Young Frankenstein. I thought that was kind of neat. A small town, Santa Mira, M-I-R-A, I know I'm probably not saying that right, used in Halloween 3 Season of the Witch, was also the setting for Invasion of the Body Snatchers in 1956. That's pretty cool. The Headless Corpse at the end of Manic in 1980 is the same prop used by director Sean Cunningham to portray the dead Mrs. Voorhees in in Friday the 13th, the 1980 version, their first one. The student who was knocked unconscious by the fire hose in the school gym during the prom scene in Carrie 1976 was actually knocked out during the filming. Now, it just said he was actually, I think it was a he, was actually knocked out during the filming. It didn't say that's the cut they left in the movie or not. So I'm gonna assume it was, but it didn't actually say if it was. Child actor Oliver Robin, and then it had Robbie Freeling in little brackets. So I'm guessing maybe he goes by two names. I'm not quite sure. Was nearly strangled to death during filming of Poltergeist in 1982 when the mechanical clown prop malfunctioned. While shooting the Omen's graveyard scene, director Richard Donner and his crew had difficult time getting the Rottweilers to look ferocious, as the dogs were more interesting in humping each other. I thought that was funny. The Exorcist 1973 was edited in a studio located at 666 5th Street in Manhattan. I don't remember if Joe Bob said that. No, we didn't watch the first one. Or did we? I don't remember. Much of the 1987 Evil Dead 2, one of my personal favorites, was shot on a set built inside the gymnasium of J.R. Faison Junior High School in Wadesboro, North Carolina. When reminiscing about the town where he grew up in, John Carpenter told Kentucky Monthly in 2013, "Everything I know about evil I learned in Bowling Green." Steven Spielberg displays the model house used in Poltergeist 1982 on his grand piano in his office. Rob Zombie once worked as a projections assistant on TV's Pee-wee's Playhouse. I thought that was interesting, and I actually think I've said that before in one of my things, but I could be wrong. Kathy Bates was the first woman to receive an Oscar for a horror movie for her portrayal of Annie Wilkes in 1990 Stephen King's movie Misery. And she is amazing in that movie. I can see why she won. The real-life Ebola virus was used as the infection prototype for 28 Days Later Bloodborne Rage virus movie. Now this one was really messed up. I wasn't going to type this one because it was a little bit longer than the rest of them. But then I read it and I was like, this is super crazy. David Lynch has cited the O.J. Simpson trial as a major influence during the writing of 1997's Lost Highway, which deals with a man who killed his wife. Lynch cast Robert Blake to play the mystery man in the film. Years later, Blake would be put on trial for the 2001 murder of his own wife. I've never heard of this movie. I am going to have to look this up. But I've watched the documentaries and stuff about Robert Blake, and I lived through the O.J. Simpson trial. I don't think Robert Blake's was as promoted, I think. I could be wrong. I didn't know who Robert Blake was until later, but I remember being in junior high when the O.J. Simpson trial was going on. We was actually on a field trip bowling, and we were all standing in the bowling alley watching TV when the verdict was given. Alright, back to my facts. Nightmare on Elm Street director Wes Craven created Fred Krueger based on an incident from his youth when he saw a hobo staring at him through his window when he was 10 years old. That's kind of creepy. But I personally think a lot of the great horror movie writers and directors and even probably actresses, I think a lot of them have all seen crazy stuff in their own personal life that they're able to draw from personal experiences. I mean, hell, really crazy and bad experience. I've lived through some stuff myself, but I don't think I could do any of the stuff that they do. But like, subscribe. I'm gonna try to put facts out a little bit more. I was doing it regularly before I switched from using my phone to my camera. I used to do it a lot more, so I might do it every now and then. But yeah, so if you like this video and you like to hear the facts every now and then, put a like on this video, or put something in the comments. But put a like in the video so I know that you like to hear the facts. Gotta let me know so I know what you like. And like, subscribe, do all that fun stuff, and I'll see you next time.